the first game of the day, it was a completely dominant performance by the San Francisco 49ers, 27-10 over the Minnesota Vikings. Could not carry that momentum of that upset victory over the Saints, and Michael Thomas sure let everyone hear about it. That was hilarious, but he was still on the couch, so I guess it doesn't really matter, except for entertainment purposes. But the San Francisco 49ers took a page out of the Titans book and just went to old school smash mouth football on the ground. 186 total yards from that three-headed monster, Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman, and Raheem Mostert. Tevin Coleman did the heavy lifting with 110 yards and I believe 2 touchdowns. So Kyle Shanahan does the right thing and just rides the high hand that he finds. And Jimmy Garoppolo did enough, 11 for 18, 136 yards, and a pick and a touchdown to Kendrick Bourne. So, again, the San Francisco just rode the running game, and their defense, who swarmed Kirk Cousins, didn't have a chance to get anything going except for the 41-yard touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs. They only had 147 total yards. That just tells you how dominant they were. 5 sacks, 2 turnovers, and that offensive line was like a wet paper bag, unfortunately, for Kirk Cousins. Dalvin Cook could not get going at all through the air or on the ground. 21 total rushing yards for the San Francisco 49ers. They look pretty unbeatable. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have built a championship caliber team. Plus, you've got the veterans in the back end with Richard Sherman. He got an important interception as well. 2 turnovers, and they look like the defense they were in the first 10 weeks of the season. Just demoralizing offenses and just a nightmare to face. And they just seem to be fresh from that bye week, getting their guys back. D. Ford, DeForest Buckner, and all of those guys. It was just a dominant performance. And I think we're getting a taste that you don't always have to be, it doesn't always have to be air raid. It can be ground and pound, can be successful as well. And what have we always known? Defenses win championships. And the defenses on both sides, AFC and NFC, have showed up big time, and whoever doesn't turn the ball over usually wins. And San Francisco has a great formula. Deebo Samuel has emerged as a top target for Jimmy Garoppolo, making tough contested catches all day today. Kendrick Bourne came up big. George Kittle didn't really contribute too much in the passing game like we're used to, but was very effective in blocking the run game as well. He's a multifaceted tight end. I think it was more San Francisco dominance versus Minnesota not being good. They just couldn't get anything going, and that was a product of the San Francisco 49ers being great and not so much Minnesota being bad. It was just one of those buzzsaw type games for Minnesota, but a great season. Thank you for knocking out the Saints, and be interested to see who the 49ers face next week, because it's going to be a fun matchup. Will they get the Green Bay Packers, who they blew out in the regular season, or Seattle again for the 3rd time, a heavyweight boxing match? Who knows? But the NFL playoffs have been fun. Not too much of the results were in doubt today, but still fun to watch.